Hi, this is Erik with Newest Productions. I haven't done a podcast in a while. I think it was maybe even March. We had a lot going on with Diakonia. We finished a new scene for it. We put that scene out. We're trying to make connections to bring that to light, to help that, find funding so that we can actually get that thing moving and get it off the ground. And like many as you know, it's a TV series. I actually have decided to sort of recalibrate things. And what I'm doing now is concentrating on turning that into a feature. But I'm not turning the first season into a feature. What I decided is because we haven't made inroads with the series and we haven't gotten any prospective investors and or studios that have wanted to jump in with it, we're still trying. But what I figured is if I write a feature that would basically be the launching point for the series, that's something that with far less interest from investors, we could be able to shoot locally here in Lebanon, and we could possibly get a feature going that could then jumpstart the series. So that's what I'm currently working on with Diakonia more than anything. Actually have another project called This Is Why I Believe, and that project is a documentary. So I was been doing, if you go to Facebook, This Is Why I Believe on Facebook, it's just interviews with people about why they believe in God. And because I find it as a curiosity that, it's been going down over the years, people that believe in God. And I thought this is like an interesting piece to put out there, and it's interesting to me as well. And what I decided to do was move in the direction of a documentary. So I reached out to somebody who is way too above us to possibly be the thread through it. And I would be amazing if he came through and was interested. I mean, he's just so much bigger. It's not even worth saying his name because it feels weird. But if he did, that would be like, it'd be really cool. But if not, we're going to reach out to some other theologians, possibly psychologists, that can talk to why people, the importance of needing to believe in faith, what faith gives you, what you lack if you don't believe in God, if you don't have that support structure in that spiritual way. So that's going to be our thread throughout it. And then we're going to have all these cool interviews with people talking about why they believe in God. And we are actually planning a shoot at the mall. We've gotten permission from the mall. They've always been super gracious to us shooting there. And so we're going to get a date set out soon. We're going to get it out there on social media so that you can participate. And basically it's going to be an open call. Anybody that would want to come in, and we're going to, hopefully get some people just walking around the mall that day. But at the same time, it could be, we are going to try to schedule some people too. But I think it'd be great just to get those people in the mall, and it's such a great location. And I think that'd be awesome to basically get kind of a little bit of a man on the street, because we are going to have lights and we're going to have a nice setup. But it'd be kind of cool to have some of those men on the streets, like, hey, why do you believe in God? I think it's an important topic, and I think it's a really cool documentary. And actually, part of the way I'm trying to figure out to do it is we've done a massive reduction on what we would charge to come to, say, a church or a location and do like 10 to 15 interviews and then to cut those. And what we've decided is that could actually help fund the documentary, and it would give churches a lot of really amazing assets that they could put out on social media, they can use around their church. It's a really great tool to build relationships in the church, community building, because people get to know through the videos people in the church that they didn't really know. Like, they knew Bill, but they didn't know Bill did this or did that or believed this, or this is how he came to his faith, because they're not testimonials. Some are, but I mean, the question is, why do you believe in God is far different than your testimonial story. Well, for some people it is their testimonial story, but there's a lot of things that come out in that people aren't used to. And I think it's just really great for people to get to see and hear that. So that's in the works as well. And then we're doing local things as usual. We are working on this setup here so that I could offer possibly a very reasonable location that people could come in, do a quick 2-camera shoot, maybe 3. I'm thinking about adding a 3rd that it could even do interviews, but something simple, but yet looks great and is dynamic enough to keep people interested. So that's one of the things we're working on. And then in our other studio, we're working on a 2-camera setup that people will be able to rent by the hour, and that they could come in and just, if they need an hour, just to get some very well lit, very great sound, very great looking shots with great lenses, and then cut it themselves later. They could always hire us at Newest Productions to cut those as well. But a lot of people, are happy with being able to get somebody else to do that, or they have someone on staff that can do it, but it's just too much money to have us come in and produce it. So that's going to be another big thing. We just did a test shoot for that today, for a video we're doing for the Cornwall Elementary School for their upcoming fundraiser. So we got my little guy Declan to do a fun, hey, it's this thing. So we can get it to them, and then they can use that at their big assembly next week, because that's what we do. We test different camera pack setups, different lighting setups on things we're doing for free for local places. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff just going on. It's busy. The big projects aren't where we'd hope, but God is good. It works in his time, and we'll see what comes together with it. And I hope this test works out, because then you'll get to see this. And honestly, if it doesn't, so thank you so much. Thanks for following the podcast. I hope you enjoy it, and just stay watching, stay looking. I will keep putting them out more regularly, even though I constantly say that and never do. But I am planning with this setup, once I have it fine-tuned, once a week, hopefully get a short podcast up, letting you know what Anubis Productions is doing, and what you can expect and what you can look forward to. So thank you so much, and have a great Labor Day weekend if this makes it out in time. If not, have a great week after Labor Day weekend.